Welcome to Becca's Intuitive Tarot. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Today's reading is going to be for Lily and Jack Sullivan, the two missing little children from Nova Scotia, Canada, who went missing on May 2nd of 2025 from their home in Lansdowne Station, Nova Scotia, Canada. All right, again, please keep sharing Lily and Jack Sullivan's missing persons flyer. I'm going to do for Daniel, pull cards for Daniel, and what he did to Lily and Jack Sullivan, and then I'm going to say this reading is alleged for entertainment purposes only. It's not fact, it's my thought, it's my opinion, okay? The fact is Lily and Jack Sullivan have been missing since May 2nd of 2025, okay? So I'm going to first pull cards for Daniel to see what he did to Lily and Jack, and then I'm going to pull cards for Malaya Brooks Murray to see what she did to Lily and Jack Sullivan, okay? All right. What did Daniel Martell do to Lily and Jack Sullivan? What did Daniel Martell do to Lily and Jack Sullivan? Let me get a couple cards out here. Okay, we have celebrity. What did Lily and Jack Sullivan, or what did Daniel Martell do to Lily and Jack Sullivan? What did Daniel Martell do to Lily and Jack Sullivan? What did Daniel Martell do to Lily and Jack Sullivan? Okay. Well, the Justice card flew over to celebrity. Okay. I do believe the celebrity card in this reading does represent Daniel because he is out in the limelight and there's synchronicities between him and a celebrity. Okay. What did Daniel Martell do to Lily and Jack Sullivan? What did Daniel Martell do to Lily and Jack Sullivan? Okay. Let's see. We have burial. Crossing justice is what? Assassination. Okay. And we have accomplice in crime. Okay. What did Daniel Martell do to Lily and Jack Sullivan? What did Daniel Martell do to Lily and Jack Sullivan? Okay. Revenge. Suicide. What did Daniel Martell do to Lily and Jack Sullivan? Okay, so this assassination of characters, Malaya's, him tried to assassinate. We have gift underneath burial. Okay. Put them to rest. Okay. He was accomplice. Partner in crime. Okay. The assassination, I don't believe he didn't assassinate Lily and Jack. I believe this assassination is his character assassination, okay, about Malaya, okay, and the way he speaks about Malaya, okay. What did Daniel Martell? Yeah, that's exactly what it is with healing here, okay. What did Daniel Martell? Power supply. So we have fraud, healing, and power supply. Okay. I've always gotten that there was some sort of energy source next to, to where Lily and Jack are. Okay. But he is lying with fraud there. Okay. He is being a fraud. Okay. Power supply. This is telling me that he is a narcissist, okay? He gets his energetic supply from other people, okay? What did Daniel Martell do to Lily and Jack Sullivan? Yeah, his egotism. I do believe that Daniel Martell, he's lying. He has lies. Okay, and this is egotism is flying over the celebrity card. So I believe that the longer that Daniel Martell is out there speaking and doing these interviews, his ego is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, okay? Drugs and poison, that has always come out for me for what may have happened to Lily and Jack. We do have the child card at the bottom of the deck, okay, with the runaway, which I do believe represents Malaya. All right, but Daniel Martell's ego is getting out of hand here because that is crossing the celebrity card. All right. Again, I'm going to say this is alleged for entertainment purposes only, and due to my reading that I had before, that came out, that I did before for location, I do believe Daniel Martell had some sort of substance abuse, okay, or was involved with drugs, okay, just because it kept coming out so many times, okay. What did Daniel Martell do to Lily and Jack Sullivan? Only bring out truthful information. We have wooded area, okay. Wooded area flew out. What did Daniel Martell breed? So he was some sort of accomplice, okay? Abuse and neglect with the mom, okay? Clarify burial, gift, and abuse and neglect. For what did Daniel Martell do to Lily and Jack Sullivan? Okay, man-made, disaster, and the desert card. Okay, so he's gonna, this is, again, the desert card comes out when it reminds me of Jack, okay? Because of a picture I've seen of Jack, okay, where he's sitting on a little lawn chair, and there's a snake in the, but it also reminds me of the one card I have that says just deserts, okay? So the crime is going to be, the punishment is going to be proportionate to the crime, okay? And on that card it says, about, it talks about a person who's not very nice, okay? So man-made disaster with burial and gift, okay? And the desert card, which, so you can understand what I'm talking about, I'll show it to you so you're not, just in case you've never viewed, might come across this reading before, any of my readings before. Ironically, we have something about airports again, okay? I was getting something else not having to do with this case, okay? Yeah, you guys, with what is going on in the world right now, just watch airplane travel, okay? Anyways, this card, just deserts. Punishment should be proportionate to the severity of the crime committed. So there was a crime committed, treacherous or deceitful person, red vehicle. It says arid landscapes, dunes and sands, endless horizons. But that's what this card reminds me of when it comes out. Bottom of the deck, we have the sea. So he's seen something. Okay, we have ocean, fishing, seaside town, lakeside town, accident at sea, ocean wave, seaside. Okay, underwater. Okay. Yeah, he's taking a gamble here. Gambling, excitement. Card table. Jackpot moments. Okay. Betting and odds. Their life was like a soap opera. Something about the bathroom. All right, let's pull from here. What 2 cards are left? Okay. So 2 cards, watching, looking, perception, stalking. Okay. So this is telling me again, like he's watching the social media. Okay. With ship, with cutting ties, moving on, receive what you need, progression, and arriving. Okay. This card has always come out. Okay. 4, we have ghost. Okay. Leaving behind, disappearing, cold, no contact. Okay. And grounding together. Stability and security, performance, growth, and endurance. Okay. So, again, what I get with this is that I don't know, I get that movie, I think it's called Ghost. It's with Patrick, I think it's Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore. Um, but like he reminds me of, and it's been, yeah, it's been a while since I've seen that movie, but towards the end of that movie, like the bad guy, right? Who's been lying like this whole time, he gets like dragged away by like these negative spirits, and that's kind of what I feel like is going on here, because I did a reading and like ancestor spirits, they're very upset. Okay, if you watch my last reading, you can see, you can hear the energy I was tapping into was very upset energy. Okay, and that's because a spiritual law was broken. Okay, so you have God, you have destiny, you have divine timing, you have all those things at play. But then when a spiritual law is broken, especially by accusing a whole tribe of indigenous people, that's a spiritual law that's broken. Okay, and it wasn't only Daniel Martell that did that, it was also Malaya Brooks Murray's cousin that did that as well. Yeah, pay attention to the signs and synchronicities, meanings, repeated numbers, and synchronicities. Okay. Yeah, girl with the snake, that always reminds me of Malaya, who set the boundaries, okay? They're mirroring each other. There's obsession from Daniel in this current present moment in time, okay? Whether he wants to say it or not, there is, okay? I just want to pull a card because I keep, yeah. Okay, so anybody, I would say you guys need to look into the Mackenzie name, because Daniel Martell is related to the Mackenzies. Okay, I would look into that name. Just do it based on a reading, the location reading I did. One of my amazing subscribers, okay, they sent me some information. I really don't want to put the information out there that they found based on the information that came out in the reading. Okay, and then that led me to the Mackenzies, okay? Because as soon as I read the information that one of my amazing subscribers sent me, instantly it got flashed in my head what the cousin said, Mackenzie. I heard him say the name Mackenzie, and I'm like, okay, now I need to figure out how or if Daniel Martell is located, or not located, related to the Mackenzies. And then I typed in, is Daniel Martell located to Mackenzies? Literally in Google. And it brought up the cousin Logan. Okay? Which supposedly the cousin Logan is trying to adopt, or not adopt, is trying to get custody of Meadow, Daniel and Malaya's child that is still with them, but currently in CPS. Okay? I just think the Mackenzie name needs to be looked into. Again, everything, like from the, yeah, with Justice here, okay, and Illuminate, okay, before you guys go saying, yeah, okay, the slogan, just look at the Mackenzie name and make sure that there's no, again, I'm going to say this is for entertainment purposes only, but when I looked up the Mackenzie name, and whoever sent me the information, they looked up the Mackenzie name, there's some, I don't know if those people are related to Daniel Martell, because there seems to be a lot of Mackenzies in Nova Scotia, okay? But just do your due diligence, okay? And before you going to support someone having baby Meadow, okay? Because some of the things that I found and some of the things this other, one of my subscribers found, they're not very good, okay? So maybe do due diligence and research the names and the people surrounding Daniel Martell and his family, and make sure that these people aren't involved with other criminal activities, okay? But the location reading I did led us all the way back around to Daniel's family, to Daniel. Everything led back to Daniel knowing where those children are. And he's holding it inside with bottled up. Illusions, keeping things inside, not opening up. He's being deceptive. And there's that waterfall card that's come out since day one. Since I've started doing readings. I'll link my playlist at the end of this video. And you can go back and look at the very first reading. This card came out. It's come out ever since. The very first time. And we have backstab. He feels backstabbed and betrayed by Malaya. Heartbreak, pain, separation and loss, deception and lies, shocking attack, okay? And we have spirit energy, protected aura, divine intervention, guardian angel, shielding. And there's a surprise coming. Unexpected action, spontaneous, showing up, unexpected change. So that's just all I'm saying, because of the things that I found, okay? Based on the reading that I did and based on one of my subscribers, okay, it led me to some things, and then that all turned back. It went right in a big circle, right back to Daniel Martell, okay? So maybe look up the Mackenzie name and the family members of Daniel Martell. And I don't know the slogan, okay, but before saying, you know, I don't know, just research the name, okay? I don't know if Logan would even be able to get, maybe she has, I don't know, I haven't been able to, I've had a very busy last couple of days, okay, needing time, okay? Now is not the time. Time will bring unexpected changes, okay? But I don't know that that would be a wise decision with everything that's going on, that CPS allow the cousin to take Meadow into custody, because how is that to say then that Daniel Martell can't get to baby Meadow? Unless someone is watching, CPS or the police are watching Daniel Martell or baby Meadow 100% of the time. I don't know, it just doesn't seem, it doesn't seem quite safe for baby Meadow. All right, so now I'm going to pull on Malaya's energy and see Malaya's part here. So, and I did pull these cards once during the day today, okay? Not on camera, but I still got the accomplice, partner in crime. Okay, I got crime of passion, all right? So I do believe that I kept getting the accident card, all right? I got the death card. And his challenge position is the justice system, okay? That's in his challenge position, is the justice system. The justice there. I'm just clearing the energy out so I can tap into Malaya's energy. Okay. Okay, what did Malaya Brooks Murray do to Lily and Jack Sullivan? What did Malaya Brooks Murray do to Lily and Jack Sullivan? We have homicide. What did Malaya Brooks Murray do to Lily and Jack Sullivan? Assassination. Gift. Cover up. What did Malaya Brooks Murray do? Okay. You have death at the bottom of the deck. Grandparent. What did Malaya Brooks Murray? Lies in the challenge position. So she may be lying to Belinda, the biological grandmother. Okay. We do have burial that flew over, cover up. Okay. Burial is under gift. Okay. So putting to rest. What's in Malaya Brooks Murray? Fraud. Okay. So she's a fraud and she's covering it up. She's lying about something and she's covering it up. All right. Clarify homicide. Okay. Caregiver. She's the caregiver. Okay. Seeing jealousy at the bottom of the deck. Clarify assassination and lies. Wooded area. So she's lying about the woods. Clarify gift and burial. For what did Malaya Brooks Murray do to Lily and Jack Sullivan? Outer space. Clarify outer space. Revenge. On deck we have serial killer. And I did look up serial killer. Because someone left a comment in my thing saying that it has to be 3 or more people. It doesn't. A serial killer comes out for me to let me know that there's more than one person that was harmed. Or there was a nefarious act against more than one person. Okay? Clarify cover-up and fraud. Okay. So we have perversion. Okay. Misconstruing what really happened. Again, with that, they were in bed story. Male is going over. So she knows that the wooded area, she knows that Daniel Martell could expose her at any time. Bottom of the deck, we have crime of passion. We have perversion, cover up, fraud. Okay. So she's lying. She's covering something up. She's misconstruing the actual truth here. With affair, this reminds me, that comes out to tell me that, because that was their story, that they were laying in bed. Okay. And Lily and Jack went out their back sliding glass door. Okay. Clarify caregiver. Abuse and neglect. Clarify. Okay. We have couple. Revenge. Okay. Outer space. Revenge. I do believe this couple represents Belinda, the grandmother. Okay. Me more about this couple in revenge. For what did Malaya Brooks Murray do to Lily and Jack Sullivan? Okay. This keeps wanting to, okay, fly over the lies in the mail card. Okay. So again, this is reminding the desert card. Okay. You can see it came out in both readings. So either there's something with the word desert in it, or a camel. Okay. Or something that looks like dunes and sand where Lily and Jack Sullivan's physical bodies are located. Or this is telling me that, yes, they are going to receive punishment to a crime. Okay? And punishment that is equal to the crime committed. We have that boat. Okay. And I've come to find, and boat always comes out for them. Okay. Which, there was some sort of accident. I keep getting the accident. Okay. But I guess the reason the RCMP got there so soon was because they were already searching for a missing kayaker or missing boat person. Okay. So that's why they got there so soon. Okay. Female at the bottom of the deck. Okay. What's this boat about? For what did Malaya Brooks Murray do? Runaway. Egotism. So the boat, that's kind of reminding me with Malaya, it's neighborhood, okay? So that's kind of reminding me of the Six of Swords, all right? So that's, she's wanting to move from a extremely turbulent time into calmer waters, okay? That's what that's reminding me of. We have the celebrity card. So she was wanting to get away from Daniel. That's what it was. Road. Missing. Landfill. Dismemberment. Regret. Meetings. Okay, clarify. I want to just clarify this egotism and neighborhood. Search dogs. Okay, they need to use cadaver dogs. Okay, hunting and fishing sports. All right. It says search dogs, petting zoo, name of animals on the road. Okay, well, again, thanks to my amazing viewers and subscribers, you guys have let me know that certain roads where Daniel Martell may work, they have animal names in them. Okay. Someone could be a vet, okay? But hunting and fishing sports, okay? That's Daniel Martell, okay? And it says wildlife conservation, zoo attractions, wildlife rehabilitation, okay? Give me more, okay? We have frigid realm, bipolar, snowy climates. You can see 2 pillars from where they are located. Pay attention to your dreams. Winter sports, icy wilderness, Arctic wonders, polar extremes, okay? So this is telling me somebody could be bipolar, okay? But it's also telling me that somebody could be like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type of energy, okay? Yeah, crossroads. Took a different route than expected. Evidence can be gathered from street cameras. Hit and run, crossed at 2, multiple paths, turning point, divergent roads, okay? Performance stage. Okay, so something was a performance. Something was put on. A performance was put on, okay? Crossroads. Took a different path. A route than expected. Evidence can be gathered from street cameras. Okay, and that's that neighbor, okay? So I do know that the RCMP was asking for trail cam footage, okay? And footage between April 27th or April 28th to May 2nd, okay, of 2025, all right? So I don't know how far out they went to, what directions they went to ask for trail cam footages, okay? But this is telling me that they took a different route than expected, than what maybe the RCMP believes, okay, on where they should be getting trail cam footage from, which I hopefully maybe they can go all around and get some more footage from trail cams, okay? Because I do keep getting that there is evidence on camera. There is camera evidence, okay? At the bottom of the deck, we have court, seeking counsel, attorney, judge, legal aid, foul play. Legal proceedings, judgment and verdict, justice and fairness. And again, I believe they need to bring in cadaver dogs. Again, I don't know how long a scent would last. Hit and run. What's this hit and run? Cinema. And then we have courtyard. Countryside. You can see rolling hills from where they are located. Drinks, wine, vineyard, alcohol, drunk. Rural beauty, peaceful retreat, simple living, which that is, they live out in the country, okay? And to me, that would be considered simple. I mean, things could have been cleaner. You know, I don't really know what the inside of their home looked like, okay? But someone could have been an alcoholic or a drunk, okay? Again, I'm going to say that's alleged for entertainment purposes only. With cinema here, video evidence can be found. It keeps coming out. There's jealousy here. Silver screen, theater, movie night, film festival. And I keep getting accident, alcohol, drunk, hit and run. What is this hit and run about in regards to Lily and Jack? Office workers, secretary work. I'm just reading what's on the card. Follows them to the place of employment. Evidence can be found at the place of employment. Phone records can give you more evidence. Productive environment, creative zone, technology hub. Framed views, glass portal, windowsill. Okay. Construction sites. Location has. Someone's missed evidence. There's missed evidence. We have the elevator card. Law enforcement could be changing their perspective. Someone's sitting on evidence as well. Okay. Bench. Okay. Someone's sitting on evidence. Someone could have stopped to take a rest. Okay. Rest and relaxation. Seating comfort. Pause and ponder. Okay. Someone's sitting on evidence. And that could be why the RCMP, okay, has put the $150,000 reward out there, okay? Because, you know, maybe they know someone's sitting on evidence and they're trying to get that evidence, okay? Wedding rings, union, marriage, okay? Soul connection, everlasting love, devotion. Malaya always came out as the runner. Okay, that's the second time we have the runner out. Fear, okay. We have heartbreak, deeply hurt and sad, feeling lost, grieving and despair, breakup. Okay, and again, this always come out from Malaya's energy, is that she's been extreme, like, grieving. She's been feeling the loss of her children. Malaya's current emotions surrounding the disappearance of her children. Separation, sadness, bitterness, missing them, thinking about them, uncertain about the future. Malaya's current feelings. Okay, why'd we fly in reverse? Abundance in reverse over wedding rings. So the union and marriage, soul connection, everlasting love, devotion, abundance. She does not have a positive mindset, okay? Gratitude and bliss. She's definitely not in a sense of gratitude and bliss. There may be financial things financially stolen from her. And I'm not talking about the kids. I'm talking about actual money, because there's money on this card. Okay. Malaya Brooks Murray's current feelings. Her self-worth is being affected here. Self-worth and value. Time to heal. Shadow work. Self-appreciation. Okay, so, and that's going over the runner. Okay, so she left to try to heal. Okay. Okay, need more about Malaya Brooks Murray's current feelings. The chaser. She left to get away from the chaser, which is Daniel. Not today. She doesn't want to deal with, she's feeling hurt. She's trying to set boundaries, avoiding conversation, not dealing, still upset. Tell me more about her current feelings for her children, Lily and Jack Sullivan, and their disappearance. She's putting on a poker face, okay? And that's come out since day one. But she does hold key information. Taking a chance, risks and options, not showing hand, gambling. Okay? So she's taking... more. Something flipped. Single. Independent, freedom from attachment, available to date. I don't believe she's trying to date anyone. Okay? I really don't. Okay? I don't believe she's trying to get into a romantic relationship with anybody. She feels blind. Okay, this is like the Two of Swords. She doesn't know what to do. Okay, searching for answers, blinded to the truth. Watching you online, wanting to know. Okay, so she may be watching people online. Okay. Karmic relationship. She knows that this was... Okay. It says resentments. She holds resentments towards Daniel Martell. Resentments and triggers perception, intensity, letting go, turmoil, and fleeting. Okay. Is this... Tell me more about this. Gossip. Okay. Narcissist, love bombing, self-absorbed, one-sided. Okay. Gossip in reverse over the single card. Okay, so she's not dating. That's gossip. Okay. Spreading rumors, petty conversations, smearing your image, making you the fool. Okay, and that's what Daniel Martell is doing to her. He's a narcissist. Okay. There's that cutting ties. Any more about twin flames. Okay. But again, they're reflecting each other. Needing time. Again, that tells me the time was off. Okay. The ship, cutting ties, moving on, receive what you need, progression and arriving. We have camera. There is camera. It says reminiscing, making memories, learn from the past, perception. Okay, and then the twin flames. Reflection of soul, mirrored emotions, your other half, shared feelings. And then clock. Needing time, cycles and takes time, time to heal, progressing. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the waterfall card. Love affair, keeping things inside, not opening up, illusions. Influence. There was some sort of influence. Others involved. Third parties, intervention, manipulation. Children underneath that. Underneath children was sabotage and rebuild, persistent, working on it, trying to repair things, trying to fix things, okay? Yeah. She holds key information. But again, there's some sort of camera footage that was missed, okay? I'm going to say that's alleged, okay? Yeah. And both Daniel and Malaya keep going through this adrenaline ride, this roller coaster ride, okay? Of ups and downs, good and bads, rush of feelings, okay? Pain. Malaya's in pain, okay? There's no doubt about it. Guarded, apprehensive, putting up a wall, excruciating pain. Get away, okay? Go on vacation, begin an adventure, run away together. Conflict, clashing difference, incompatible, irreconcilable. And that ship, okay? And I do believe that ties back into Martell's, like, genealogy, okay? His ancestors, okay? But they're going through this adrenaline, this roller coaster ride, and they have not been able to get off the roller coaster ride. It's a continuous keep going round and round and round on the roller coaster ride of emotions. The roller coaster, that could be talking about the festival grounds or the fair. There's some sort of grounds that is located near them that was like a amusement park ground or something like that. Okay, but this is telling me that they are on this roller coaster ride together and they're unable to get it off of it. Okay, the only way to get off the roller coaster ride is to come forth with the truth. That's the only way to get off of it. Otherwise, every time around the roller coaster track, it's just you're gonna get more and more and more and more until eventually you break. And that's what's gonna happen. They're putting on a mask, okay, for Pictou County. This always reminds me, okay, but looking at pictures, missing you, nostalgia, making new memories, okay. Now, there's no coincidence. This is the Eiffel Tower. In Canada, they speak French, right? So this always reminds me of the county, okay? So they're putting on a mask. They're hiding their true feelings from law enforcement, okay? They're pretending, okay? They're gaslighting, okay? I also believe that the RCMP is also doing that to Daniel Martell and Malaya and people surrounding this case. I do feel like they are putting on a mask, okay? Trying to make Daniel maybe feel like they trust him, things like in that nature, okay? But I did a reading, their other reading, and it said that law enforcement, these secret government groups, so the behind the scenes groups, okay, that, you know, maybe analyzing Daniel talking online or doing all these different things, they're going to get them. They're going to get whoever did this to Lily and Jack, they're going to get them, okay? Present, feeling this at the current moment in time, today, in the now, illuminate. There's going to be some light, okay, that comes to, there's going to be things that are brought to light, okay, revealing the truth, confession, shedding light, okay, fired up, okay, fuming with rage, overwhelming explosion of emotions, very angry, proposal, okay, someone is in denial, contradicting, refusal, dismissal, not facing reality, okay, and this could, you guys could be fired up, and this could have to do with your guys' energy about this new story that came out from the family member, all right, who said that they know the truth about where the kids are, in that, because we have locked here, missing pieces, detached, locked away, heart, can't move forward. Okay, so that's telling me that maybe you guys could be fuming up with rage, okay, just like how I did when I tapped into the energy of when my ancestors card kept coming out and I said spiritual law was broken, okay, that, and you could feel it, and I think any other person who is like me and who is psychic and who reads tarot, they should be easily be able to feel what I felt when those ancestors were coming through, because it wasn't just my ancestors coming through, it wasn't just my spirit guides coming through, it was ancestors of that area, okay, of that land, all right? You don't falsely accuse a whole tribe of people of doing something, especially when they have such a sacred connection to the land. You just don't do it. That's breaking of spiritual law. Whether you guys want to believe me or not, it is, okay? It's breaking of spiritual law. Because they have a strong tie. They have a strong tie to the land. They were there first, before any settlers, before anybody immigrated over, okay, or came over. The indigenous people were there first, okay, just like they were in the United States first, okay. They have a strong sacred connection to the land, okay, based on them living there thousands and thousands of years prior to Europeans showing up. So maybe this is you feeling the rage, that fuming rage, okay? But this also could tell me that either Daniel or Malaya have explosive tendencies, okay? It could get very angry or very triggered very easily, all right? And that could be one of those missing pieces that needs to be seen, that, hey, maybe we need to see Daniel lose his temper, or maybe we need to see Malaya lose her temper, okay? There's someone who has a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type of energy, and it keeps coming out, and it has come out since day one. I've got the narcissistic card, the love bombing card, since day one. I will link the playlist at the end of this reading, okay? But you can go back to day one, to the very first reading that I did for Lily and Jack, okay? And you will see, if you watch all the videos, you will see how, and I even got people are like, why do you keep doing the readings if the same stuff keeps coming out? Well, new stuff kept coming out, okay? I just don't think people were picking up on what was coming out. But things that have come out that I did previously have now come to fruition, okay? So it's just, but again, I feel, and again, like I said, if you are like me, or you're psychic, or you do tarot cards, I do believe it's going to be easier for you to tap into the energy, okay? To get into the energy, to get clearer answers, because I do believe that now the ancestors from that land are stepping in to bring forth truth because the spiritual law was broken. Yep. We have the snake. Competition and envy. The other woman, look over your shoulder. So again, that's bringing me back to that show, that movie. I think it's called Ghost, but it was with Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore. Okay, and at the end of the movie, and that's just what kept playing. Like I kept seeing that end scene in my mind when I was doing the reading with the ancestor, and I kept getting truth, 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 truth. Just kept coming out, just like, like that's never happened to me before. Where just truth kept coming out, truth kept coming, and I always put my truth card back in the deck. And it just kept coming out, coming out, coming out, coming out. Okay. So, and that's again what was playing in my mind. Like, this negative energy is going to come and get this person that broke this spiritual law. I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying that, anything bad's going to happen to Daniel or the uncle or anyone else who may be involved. But there's definitely a negative energy. And I don't want to say negative. It's an energy that that knows that they need to now follow these people around, okay? Because they want the truth to be brought forward. You can believe me or not, but it's the truth. See? Split it at truth. And museum. That talks about past things, okay? So that's history from this area, okay? All right, guys, I'm going to pull your guys' guidance cards. And again, you are more than welcome to apply these guidance cards to this reading, okay? But these guidance cards I pull for you guys, to help you with whatever may be going on in your life at this current moment in time, to help give you guys a little guidance with whatever may be going on in your life. But again, you are more than welcome to apply them to the reading. Guidance for my viewers and subscribers. What do my viewers and subscribers need to know? Woo! Bet you it was the 7-7 card. It was. Keep persevering, okay? Because your perseverance is going to pay off, all right? Perspective shift, reflection, resilience, inner wisdom, enlightenment, determination. Now is the time to shift your perspective on the challenges that currently dominate your life. To achieve success, continue on your path with determination. Tap into your inner wisdom, and you will intuitively know the right next step to take. And 7s, for me, are good luck. So, looks like you guys have some good luck coming in for you, too. 222, feminine forces, okay? Okay. So you may be a feminine energy, all right? Or you may work with feminine energies, all right? But it says relationships, harmony, prosperity, collaboration, patience, humility, support, and connection. Well, you have the strength to accomplish everything on your own. Life is meant to be shared. Partner with the right spirit, and together you will become an unstoppable force. Honor your commitments and value the people around you. Avoid judgment and focus on listening to building meaningful connections. Okay, this is also reminding me of the female card that came out, okay? And she did refer to Daniel Martell as her partner, okay? And we did get that in Daniel's at the very beginning. A partner in crime, or accomplice in partner. It's not out here because... Guidance for my viewers and subscribers. The eye candy. Okay, so... You guys, you have someone who is romantically interested in you. What the heck? This has come out before. Have you guys not acknowledged it yet? It says, you guys have someone who's romantically interested in you. Okay, but expect change, okay? The eye candy. Intuition, creativity, aesthetics, expression, networking, harmony, potential romance. Take a break to enjoy fresh air or gather with friends for a delightful time. Appreciate the natural beauty around you, waiting to be discovered. You may soon start an exciting new project or enjoy a charming date. Use your charisma to connect with others and create a meaningful interactions wherever you go. I'm telling you, you guys have someone who's who's got a crush on you. There, you got, this was coming out too. Okay, let's see. Or maybe you guys have your own, you know, channel, okay, or your own platform, and they think you're very handsome or beautiful, okay? Someone does. Someone thinks you're either very beautiful or very handsome. Oop. It's up to you. 2112. Okay? It says guidance, good fortune, divine support, direction, trust, destiny, and faith. Even if it seems like you're not making any meaningful progress, trust that you're moving into the right direction. Seeing this number is a sign that everything will work out in your favor and your dreams are about to come true. Believe in the process and stay positive. That is one thing I needed to tell you guys, okay? You guys have good luck coming in, okay? And you guys are protected, all right? I had this dream about Lily and Jack, okay? And I know I've said this before, okay? But I keep seeing them. Let me show you what came out when I was pulling. I was doing some readings just off camera, okay? And I got these, okay? So they are literally the Eiffel Tower, okay? But I got 4 of them in a row, okay? So that could represent, like I pulled, like I have a whole bunch of charms in here. Whoop! Butterfly transformation, okay? Angels, okay? But let me show you what, I know this is just so random. So there may be, this may be representing the electricity that's around them, okay? But in the dream that I had with them, I keep seeing them by this ginormous tree. And if you live in the woods, you know what a big tree is, but then you know what like a big tree is. Like if you live in the woods, you know the difference of a tree versus a medium-sized tree versus a large tree versus a big tree, okay? And that's not the first time that I have gotten that. Okay, so here's the broken one. You see that? So there may be something, there were 4 of them. Okay, hang on, let me get it for you guys. So this is how they came out. And this could be representing maybe like a radio tower or something, okay, or maybe power lines, okay, a big power line, okay, but it was 3 in a row, and then 1 was leaning, like 1 was broken, okay, so that could be a clue on where Lily and Jack are, okay, that there could be a lot of like either trees, like 3 trees in a row, okay, because again, I had seen 4 trees in a row, but then there was this big tree, and Lily and Jack were right there by this big tree, okay? And it could be leaning like this, but you're going to see three like normal structures, okay? And 1 could be leaning in a different direction, okay? I just want to make sure you guys can see that. So they may topple over as I lift up the card, but, okay? I don't even know if you can see that, but, so it's 3 standing normally, okay? And 1 is tilting to the side. So this could represent like a big power line type thing, and where 1 could be tilted to the side, where it's not standing up straight, like that. And butterflies represent transformation, okay? The feathers also represent a form of transformation, and represents angels, okay? Loved ones being with you, okay? And in Indigenous and Native American culture, it's a very... it's a respected thing, okay? Feathers, to be given a feather, okay? Yeah, great blessings. That's what it is. And there's more to it, but I mean, if I were to get into all of it, okay? But you guys have great blessings, okay, coming in. Self-love, boundaries, needs, positivity, wisdom, understanding, letting go, and expansion. Nurture yourself by honoring your needs, desires, and boundaries. Let go of what weighs you down and make space for meaningful experiences. Expand your spirit across all areas of your life. Embrace the big love, opportunities, or job that are about to enter your journey. Okay? And you guys need to trust your intuition. Okay? I'm going to leave it there for you. Again, I hope this gave you guys some guidance. I do have some other readings that will be uploaded tomorrow for Liam. Okay, he's a missing young adult. Okay, missing, I guess you'd say, I'm just going to say young adult from Canada. Okay, that one of my subscribers asked me to do a reading for. So that will be uploaded tomorrow, all right, for you guys. But again, please keep sharing Lily and Jack Sullivan's missing persons poster, flyer, images with anyone and everyone until they are 100% found. Again, please like, share, and subscribe. Please do hit that notification bell so you are notified every time I do upload a video. And you all have a fantastic day. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.